Oh, what's up, nerds? Today we're going to be looking at some Steam reviews, and today we're going to be looking at reviews for one of my favorite games of all time, Getting Over with Bennett Foddy. This is actually who I'm going to be for Halloween this year. Diogenes from this game. I love this game so much. I've been playing for a couple months now. I play it basically every day, get a couple wins on my Steam Deck or my PC, and it is just a lot of fun, and I also get mad every single time I play it. I'm pretty cracked by now. I definitely want to have some footage of me playing the game during this video, but anyways, the naturally for a game like this, of this caliber of ragey quality, there are going to be some golden reviews, so let's get right to it. Very simple controls. Only uses the mouse, Alt, and F4, and the reason that review is funny, PC gamers might not know this, but if you press Alt and F4, it'll turn your volume up. No, I'm kidding. It closes your game. Here's another one. If you prefer playing video games over killing yourself, but want the same result, this is the game for you. Oh goodness. Yep, this is definitely what I was wanting to do. How our grandparents went to school. Yeah, that's funny. I haven't heard any grandparents talking about getting to school, but I've definitely heard the meme before. Oh, here's a long one. All right, let's get cuddled in. Get the fire going. All right, here we go. When I was 17, I decided I wanted to be a game designer. I had previously toyed with the idea due to loving video games since I was a small kid, but the pressures of high school and having to decide what to do with your life finally made me solidify my decision and head towards the path of game development. The years went by. I went to university for computer programming. It felt soulless and more concerned with teaching me how to manage databases for Google rather than something fun and artistic with the skill. I decided to then go to art school, but realized I couldn't draw and that most of the classes were for people who knew what they were doing and just wanted to burn money practicing. And all the while, every time I tried to do something to advance myself personally aside from institutions, I would get shot down. Every year when I would finally muster up enough energy to attempt something creative to get better at the things I love, I would fail to meet my own high expectations and fail miserably. The failures hit me so hard I would never get back up until months and months would pass. My friends felt like they were taunting me by trying to help me out. All you have to do is just keep doing things and you'll get better at it. The hardest part to swallow is that I knew it was true, but I didn't know how to explain the invisible force of failure to them. For some reason, when they got back up from falling, they barely gave it any attention and just moved on to the next thing. Every time I attempted an ambitious project or failed to change something I wanted to do with my life, I would feel hopeless and like I could never come back from it. Even after the bitterness of defeat and depression wore off a few days later, a wave of long-term procrastination would swathe over me for months and I could do nothing but waste my time, living day to day and playing video games. It isn't that I suddenly didn't want to partake in these creative endeavors, but rather they just didn't get done. I would avoid them on a subconscious level by doing literally anything else, just so I didn't have to feel the pain of self-defeat and the absolute misery. Then I played Getting Over It. I bought it without any hesitation, mainly because I am a huge fan of sexy hiking and wanted to play the spiritual sequel. The game drew me in immediately. There was that familiar darned tree at the very beginning, the way your hammer moved was exactly the same, and there were even some devious parts that I remembered coming exactly from the game itself. And the commentary soothed me and provided me more information on Foddy's inspiration from sexy hiking and how he felt media was changing in recent years. But the interesting thing was that I got back up. I would lose almost hours of progress, falling down the cliff in a way that was 100% crafted by Foddy to be devious and hateful. But I took a deep breath, checked my phone, then got back to climbing the mountain. I would realize that once you fell down and regressed to a previous state of the game, due to your previous practice and new tactics, you could get back up to where you were in half the time and frustration. I learned that recklessness is actually helpful in some situations. You can't hesitate and have to just do it rather than just inch your way up slowly to get over some obstacles. At one point, the commentary quoted Mary Pickford saying, "Failure is not falling down, it is not getting up again." And that made me realize what I was doing. Why was I approaching my life with fear and self-hatred due to my failures, and this stupid game with a dude in a bath pot was the one exception? I know that video games are fun and an escape from reality, but is climbing a virtual mountain designed to put stress and fatigue on the player really that less painful than having to fail on things in real life? I was learning recklessness, perseverance, self-preservation, and self-esteem, and immediately applying them to a sequel of a game called Sexy Hiking, for goodness sake. Would I get to the top of the mountain? Maybe not. Maybe one failure would finally drive me over the edge, some terrible puzzle where you could easily hit the very bottom by making a simple mistake. But it was the fact that I gave it more of an honest and long-term shot than most of my attempts at being creative that disturbed me. And I knew that after playing Getting Over It, I would go back to my regular life, letting failures keep me down for months and retreating to my hundreds of video games instead of dealing with my anxiety and low self-esteem. But while this realization may make me want to scream out for help in fear and panic, it also gives me hope that maybe this journey is not as hard as it seems. Maybe all it takes is a new perspective and a new way of challenging yourself to make the oppressive force of falling down not so hard on yourself. Oh, and the game is good too. Oh, that's a nice review. Usually my reviews are kind of more on the funny side, but I felt like that one was interesting enough. I'm gonna murder Bennett Foddy. Well, that's a change of pace. Masochism. Noun, in general use. The enjoyment of an activity that appears to be painful or tedious. Okay, validation. I play this game a lot, but the reason I play it is because it's fun. I just see that logo, like I'll look at other games like Horizon Zero Dawn and Monster Hunter or Pacific Drive, and I'm just like, man, I don't really want to play those. But then when I see Getting Over It, I'm just like, oh yeah, I can spend a quick 5 minutes doing a run real quick. It's just so much more fun than other games for some reason. Like that and Fortnite is basically all I've been playing, and also Satisfactory. Satisfactory is a lot of fun. I should do a video on that. But yeah, I definitely need to touch grass. Stop playing Getting Over It, but I don't want to. That's the thing. All the frustration with no loot boxes. 11 out of 10. Okay, I will admit that my first 10 hours were not fun. 14 hours in, I feel like I want to punt a baby. You know, there's actually a good GIF on Discord for this. My wife left me and I never got over it. The Mountain Doe. I did get over it. Karen, please come back. That's Dart. And here's our last review. I can't get over it. 1,100 hours. Okay, with other games, I won't make it as big of a deal, but that is a huge deal coming from Getting Over It because of how much time that means you're put into this little game. I would say that Bennett Foddy probably did not spend that much time making that game. I mean, it's very detailed in the ways it needs to be, but that is just an obscene amount of time for a game like that. I want to be like that one day. But anyways, that is my video. If you want to see me make any content about Getting Over with Bennett Foddy, I would love to do that because I'm definitely very good at the game, and I've already recorded a tutorial on how to play the game, but I have a feeling that won't get many views. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you like this content, I'm making a whole series of Steam reviews, and if you want to comment what other games I should cover in this series, just hit me up, and I will probably cover that because, you know, I need good games. But if you don't comment with ideas, I will probably just, I don't know, use Satisfactory or something next video. And that is it. I will see y'all later.